Okay, so I am at work right now. It's raining, so if you hear that in the background, that's the rain hitting the roof and stuff. What I'm thinking is, with my testing, right, those Premier wicks that I was using was doing good. And when I go down one, it burns good in the beginning, but then it gets really, really low. And it never gets full melt, no matter how long I burn it. The one that I was primarily using, that I used first off, that when I found my recipe, it's probably gonna have to be those, even though they do burn a little hotter, which is crazy. They do burn a little hotter, but I was burning those wicks for the longest. And my jar, it is safe, and it is like really good with heat resistance, so that's good. The only thing about it is that the wicks, well, the only thing about it is that the flames kind of flicker to one side, which makes one side of the jar hotter. That's the only thing. So realistically, the jar doesn't get that hot. So if my flames were straight up, it would be cool on each side. But because they flicker towards one side, maybe because of my air conditioning, because I was honestly kind of testing, well, not in the bathroom, but I was testing, especially in like my studio, where the vent was right above it. So I kind of moved it over to where my wax melter is, a little bit left from the, so that's the wick. So it's just gonna have to be the one that I was using, because you can at least still pick the candle up on one side. You just have to know which side to pick up, because one side is hotter than the other. But realistically, because they flicker, and choose one side specifically, that's the side that gets hotter. And only gets hotter because it's doing that instead of just being straight up. It chooses a side to go to for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I have better luck trying, you know, another type of wick. So I could try that. But the ones that I'm using now, I think I'm just gonna have to go with those, because the other one doesn't even get a full melt, and it looked like it almost wanted to extinguish itself. But with the other ones, it's really good. And of course it reaches the melt pool a little quicker because I'm doing half candles. It's damn at the bottom of the jar. There is one place, I think it's with online labels, sheet labels. They do offer that size for my candle, and which it is a good price. It is, but it's obviously like per design, and you get a discount the more you put on in your cart, and that's good. But that can get expensive too. Cause you can get a lot of them for like $30 or something like that, or $20, but obviously that adds up, especially with 8 candle labels. So what I'm thinking is, keep the original design for now. Even though I do have to change the name on it. So with the first labels, like the ones I got from people who sponsored that video, with those labels, I'm thinking about still using those. Yeah, but it's a lot of them to get through. So I don't know if I'm gonna commit to them for that long, but I think I want to, cause I don't know, cause I could be pushing the texture ones too fast because I got an idea and I just want to go ahead and put it out. So I probably need to be doing that. So I'm thinking keep the original design, especially because I already got at least 2 of the label designs, because I'm missing 1. I at least got 2, and they're beautiful quality. The only thing is basically the original name, right, from my business that I changed, of course. So there's that. I changed the name of the business, and then also at the bottom, you know, the wax that I use may change too. But what I'm thinking is I probably just, I don't know, I'm trying to get all this material out and use. So I'm thinking like, just keep with the original design until I can find out. I'll find out what I want to do, either the whatever jar I want to use, what wax I want to use, what scents I officially want to use. Just do that and wait to get my quality labels, or my quality textured labels from Alibaba, and just keep going with the paraffin. But there's 2 different waxes too, and that's another thing too that I've been trying to see, because they said, like, one person had come into my Facebook post saying a lot of my customers said they get headaches from candles, but they don't get headaches from mine using that Cocoa 83 wax. And the thing, there's 2 different cocoa waxes I want to try. There's that one, and then there's another one, like Titan 5549, something like that. I want to try that one specifically, even though it has less reviews. I want to try that one specifically because it's fully coconut / soy. And they say it has a really good hot throw. The Cocoa 83 has a good hot throw as well, but it has a minuscule amount of paraffin. And I don't know if That's the thing, that's why I don't want to use an IGI 6006, because if full paraffin does that, maybe it just could be that wax that I got. I don't know, it could be that, could be how much of it, you know, because if that's full paraffin, then what about a half paraffin candle? Or say they only got a little bit amount of it, but it's still gonna be the same way. So I might have just went for a candle wax that doesn't have any at all. This has a good hot throw. So I don't know, because I'm like, I sold some materials, bought my wax to test those fragrances, to have some leftover wax, then to get the fragrances in 4-ounce bottles that I've tested that I want to add to my collection. Get the labels, the double wick jars, get their labels, and boom, that's the process I had. But now what I'm thinking is maybe keep using the wax that I have, make the single wick candles, and use the same label design. Use the old ones that I got, so I keep saying paraffin until I get to a point to where I want to test the coconut, or I've tested it enough. In the background, still on the paraffin. Maybe just sell the single wick candles. Maybe the double. I don't know, but I'm just running y'all through my thought process right now, because I still don't have a definite answer, because I do want to get that product used and out. So it's looking like this one is too hot. That's what it's looking like. It's only been burning for 2 hours. The jar is extremely hot. So see, this is why you test, right? So I'm glad I did. So this needs to go down, because this is too hot. I'm thinking like, did I use the wrong wick? I don't think so. But this shit is really hot. Excuse my language, you know. I can barely even turn it, because it's only burning for 2 hours. And I don't say it's all the way down here, but it's looking like this can definitely be toned down some. I think I'm gonna get these out of here since it's still like hot. Put another one in. This one is already doing good on this first light. When I had the other one lit, it had a lot of smoke coming up. It had really large smoke trails, so I tried to shorten the wick. I said with this one, because I did cut them like a little tall, and I was gonna shorten them like I did the last one, and which I didn't even really want to do with that one. But I said, you know what, it should still perform the same or whatever. So, you know, say if I don't cut a customer's as short, how will it perform? So it's not doing nearly as bad as it was before. As you can see, they do kind of flicker, and then they do prefer like one side and stuff. But for the most part, this is much, much more tame than the other one was. And these smell absolutely so good. So at least I know the other one has a really good hot throw. So honestly, I may use my single wick jars. I'm not exactly sure yet, because I just realized that some of these probably aren't going to be, you know, one wick size fits all. So I may have to get like different wicks, but it shouldn't be a problem because they're not expensive. I guess it's just I was hoping to test it and it be working first try and it be perfect and stuff. So this one smells so good. And there's a little bit of wax left over here. I'm trying to see, because it's hot, but I can hold it for a few seconds. It's not like scorching hot like the other ones were. And you can see where it's melted too. What's a good thing is you don't see the wick tab. A lot of them, like this previous candle, you can see the wick all the way down there, even if it wasn't all the way down. But this one smells really good. See, there's a little bit of wax hang up. There's no sooting around the edges. It also could just be because I cut these like really, really short. So maybe that's the thing. I just need to cut them. I'm not even sure that I cut these. You know what? I think so. I think I did cut these. I hope it's not burning too hot or too fast just because, you know, I didn't, you know, cut them shorter. But they do say cut your wicks a certain length and stuff, like for actual candle makers and stuff. So that could have been a problem. Who knows? And this side, of course, is, you know, much cooler because my flames often prefer one side to burn on. Okay, so it still smells good and it's honestly doing really well. It's still within the first hour or so. The hour has just passed. We got some hang up along the sides there. But we should be reaching a full melt pool at some point. So the downsizing wick is probably actually doing really, really good. I had it burning for I think about 1 or 2 hours. So this is the one wick down. You see how much of a difference that is? Like, I didn't show y'all the flames, but you can check my last video, which I can link up there somewhere. It was doing the same thing, right? So you can kind of see the wick bottom still. And you got wax around here. And it stays with wax on this side. And the flames are so, so little. That's why it's just like, I know that next wick, the wick that I was mainly using, is the right wick. It's just that maybe either I had the wicks trimmed too high, so I had them too long, and or the flames were flickering and preferring one side. That's why I'm like really, really cautious right now, because at first I'm like, oh, you know, it's the right wig, boom, you know, it's good. I even tested the temperature and stuff like that, and it's good. It's below regulation, so that's really good too. So it's safe selling to consumers. But then when it's actually the time for me to actually be, you know, able to start selling candles, because now I'm getting product in, getting labels, this and that, this and that. Now I'm, you know, second guessing myself, like, oh, it can be too hot over here, when it's like, it's a candle. It's gonna be hot. And then it's also crazy because I'm second guessing myself, but this side is fine. This side, or either or side, like has like a little bit of stuff right here. Each side is the one that gets a little bit hotter because the flames are directly just flowing this way for some reason. So I'm gonna dig these back out and then put my other wick back in them, because I still gotta test the hot throw of it. The ones that like are one below my initial or my main wick choice, or my main wick size for this jar, it's just a no. So it's crazy, honestly. It's like, look at the night and day of this. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, this candle smells so good. It smells amazing. This is another candle because as y'all seen, I tried to put the larger wick back into the other ones, and I just said, you know what, let's just go with the candle that I didn't touch. So now I got my new one, which is like a honeydew scent. It smells amazing. And yeah, I think I'm gonna just stick. I know I was overthinking it. I think I'm gonna just stick with my these Premier wicks right here, to be honest. I'm not sure if I still want to do the 9 ounce, 10 ounce, 16 ounce thing. Don't know, but we got this. And the main thing is too, because of the label, I really love the textured label for this small jar, and that fits with another one, but it's like, and that fits with the 16 ounce, but at the same time, like how small this is, the amount that I could put on the label just makes sense, right? Without too much extra label left. The other jars are so long or wide to where I have everything on there, like the information here, but it's so spread out to where there's a lot of label like just left over with no design on it. So it's just like a little too much to me. I love these jars because of how I can label them too. I love that. But I'm honestly thinking about the 9 ounce and the 16 ounce, you know, to have a single and then a double wick option instead of 2 double wick options, to be honest, but I don't know. Okay, so at least the first, 4 scents out of every scent that I tried so far is a go. It is a success. So they smell, all of them smell extremely good. So I hope that when I do change waxes to try it out, I hope, and because the thing is, not only the headache thing or anything else, it's like I wouldn't mind changing waxes anyway, so I can appeal to the people who do like soy or clean burning coconut candles, you know, and especially coconut is more seen as a luxury wax. So there's that. I've been wanting to look around for some different waxes for a while now, just because I want to tap into that market, because I know that there's a lot more buyers that I can get on that end. Because I was thinking about, okay, so when I do start, you know, advertising and stuff like that, I have to go, well, I don't know, because you don't have to necessarily. It just depends on who you do best at, or how you market, how you target and stuff like that. There's the handmade market, people who know that you're making handmade candles at handmade prices. There's those people, and those people are more in touch with the whole soy, clean burning, eco-friendly aesthetic. And then there's regular candles, like, and regular candle buyers, but at the same time, they can get, if they don't mind the paraffin toxicity stuff like that, because they don't know nothing about that. The regular average candle buyer is gonna be like, I can just get a candle cheaper anyway. So I think the best market probably, I don't know, honestly, this is just me overthinking about who I'm gonna target to and how I'm gonna target, because it's like, I can go either way. I can go both ways, but I know that there's a untapped market that I can get into. Well, for me, I haven't tapped into it yet with the whole natural waxes and stuff like that. So I think there's changing my wax can open up a lot of doors for me and a lot more customers, build my business up. And then there can also be, especially as a handmade girly, that could be something that I can use to advertise for my business. Clean burning, luxury waxes, and that, you know, you could just say a lot more things that, you know, people like, you know, to get their attention and stuff. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, but my thing is, I don't want to be testing all these scents. Like I told y'all in the last few videos, I don't want to be testing all these scents. They work, or I like them, whatever. Change the wax. They don't work as good, or they don't work at all, because, you know, it's not all one size fits all. That's the thing about it. So, but I do want to test my stuff and be able to burn my stuff and not have a headache. I always want to burn candles and be able to afford candles in the first place, because that's a luxury, right? So with that being the case, it's like, I want to be able to burn my own candles, test my own candles without being at risk of getting a headache, or somebody else getting a headache too. And that's why I don't want to build my brand on something like that anyway, because if it give me headaches, who knows who else can give headaches too. So I don't know. Because with this wax that I use, I haven't had any complaints, and I haven't heard anyone else who uses wax and had their reviews say anything about that. But I know I experienced it. So, and I've been seeing a lot of people say, because I was like, you know what, maybe it is the paraffin part of it, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, let me go ask some other candle makers on Facebook, you know, what they think. And some people were like, oh, it's probably just the fragrance oil, or it's the percentage of fragrance oil. you know, that you're using. And I'm like, I'm only using 6%, you know. Maybe I can go down to 5, 6, I don't know. Because they are like really potent. You can smell them through the top. There's a lot of questions that I have. And I know I keep going over the same thing, so hopefully I can cut around it properly, but it's just a lot that I'm trying to make decisions about. And these, when they get to the bottom, they burn a little hotter for me. So that's why I think I'm just going to, I want to go with the jars that are tall. So the 16 ounce is wide like this one, but it's taller. But I don't, you know, because it is building up a lot of soot on the side of the jars because of how the flames are going. And it's crazy because that one, the flames on that burns, it burns hot. And then like the ones y'all saw then burn weak. That is so crazy. And it is consistent amongst all of the candles that I have burnt in these jars. It's crazy to me. Like if it's not for that jar, it's not for that jar. But when it is, boom, it's hot. Like, I don't know. The thing is, basically, I have like a whole case of jars. Like all these jars right here that I'm using, these jars right here aren't even my main supplies. My main supply is over here. And then I still have my 9 ounce jars up there. So I'm like, I want to do everything just to go ahead and get the product out and you know, get my sales off of it. And then just choose what I want to do. Finally, at the end of the day, once I get my product out. So I guess I just continue 9 ounces and then the 16 ounces because they're taller jars and they shouldn't get as much, they shouldn't be as hot at the bottom like that so quickly because these are very, very like short. So I think that that's what I don't like about it. It just kind of, when it gets to the bottom, it looks like it burns really hot. I don't like that. Maybe I could try a different wick. That could be good, but at the same time, that's just doing too much if I don't even have, you know, my wax changed yet. So it's like I just keep with this formula and then in the background look for a different wax or something. I don't know.